Okay, what's up, guys? Now, like I said in the last video, this is another story time video. 3 story time videos, all just completely about school. I mean, you guys wanted it, so I'm just like, you know what? Hey. But anyways, so the detention lady at my high school. When I say that she was no joke, she was no joke. Okay, she was like the major pain of high school. She was that dude in Full Metal Jacket that was yelling at everybody. Can't even think of his name, the actor's name, but you guys know who I was talking about and stuff. Like, he told the one guy to choke himself, said the other guy can probably suck a golf ball through a garden hose, punched the dude in the gut, made fun of the one guy because he had a smile on his face or something like that, gave him crap throughout the whole throughout that like whole beginning scene and things. But yeah, you guys probably know who I'm talking about if you have seen that movie. But anyway, she was like that kind of, she was up there. She probably would be sitting down having drinks with that man. But so anyways, the first day I came across her was that last incident the incident in the video where, while I was talking about in the video where I had got into it with that teacher and things, she was threatening to expel me. She eventually, she just gave me detention, but when that detention, that was the first time I ever came across this lady. So she was no joke. She honestly, because it was like 2 hours of detention, she probably like a good maybe 5-10 minutes. She gave us a speech, of pretty much like what to do and what not to do in detention, who she was as a person, all this. Like, she pretty much gave her Match.com dating profile details box thingy. And I'm like, lady, I ain't come here for all that. Haha Davis, that comedian on Instagram, he's like, I ain't come here for all that. Like, that was my situation. I ain't come here for all that. I just came here to do my time, okay, and that's it. But she was like, no, you're going to listen to my wrath. And I'm like, okay, this lady's crazy and stuff. You couldn't sneeze, you couldn't talk, you couldn't cough, you couldn't breathe. So you'd be sitting there, and she's just like, what was that? Did I hear breathing? And it's just like, okay, like, lady, that's what kind of like, God gave us lungs so we can breathe the air that's roaming around Earth. What you're doing right now, that's kind of, messed up. Like, you couldn't even use the bathroom. She said, you're like, hey, can I use the bathroom? She's like, you stand up and you pee on yourself right now. I'm like, but I ain't got no diaper on. She's like, I don't care what you got on. You stand up and pee on yourself right now, okay? And it's just like, but lady, I haven't peed on myself since I was like an infant, since I was a little kid and stuff, So it's just like, I'm 14. Like, who pees themselves at this age? She was just like, you're going to pee yourself at this age? You're going to right now. She was like, pull your pants down, pee right now. I'm like, okay, now lady, you went a little bit too far, all right? Now that's some type of offense. You don't tell no kid to pull their pants. All right, she didn't do all that. But I'm just saying, she would have. All right, if she was allowed to, she would have. But so anyways, couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. And I remember we were sitting in this classroom, and because it was like a lot of students that had detention and stuff, so I think that's why they had us sitting in the classroom, because they had this small little detention room, and that was like, for maybe a few kids, but then this it was like a full classroom pretty much. But so we're all sitting in there. You make a noise. She's like, do I hear noises? And I'm like, lady, if these kids got ADHD, like, you really think they're gonna just stay quiet? Like, I don't care what you say to them. This is like, we're kids. Like, this is what we do and stuff, But what else? She was no joke. And then I remember when I had detention with her again, and what was detention for that time? Oh, yep, skipping class. I was skipping class. I was skipping my advisory class. And if you guys don't know what advisory is a class where you won't even get a grade. You just don't do anything in that class. You just sit there and talk with friends and watch the stupid TV show with the high school stuff going on and stuff. And that was it. It pretty much, it just looked like an old VHS tape or something. But that's the thing I was tripped off. Like, you guys got like some nice cameras. Well, they had bad TVs and stuff. Like, we still had TVs from the 1980s, so I think that's why it looked like VHS tapes and stuff. But anyways, that's not the point. So I was skipping class. got detention with her. I go and put my stuff down and things, and go and sit down. She's like, "What do you think you're doing?" I'm like, "Lady, I have detention. Why else would I be here right now?" All right. So it's just like, well, she was a black woman, so I wouldn't have said all that. She probably would have told me to get over her knees so she could whoop me. And I'm like, listen, lady, I ain't come here for all that. But anyways, she's like, what do you think you're doing? And I'm like, sitting down for detention. Like, she's like, don't you have a phone on you? I'm like, how does she even know this? I should have just lied. I'm like, no, I don't have no phone. But she probably would have told me to empty my pockets, and I probably have got more detention hours and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I just got it on me in case my mom calls or something. You know, I'm kind of away from the house. She needs to have, like, you know, some form to contact or some way to contact me. Well, she always can't call the school. I'm like, okay. I don't know if she has that programmed on her phone, but I know she has my number programmed on her phone. So, like, but I ain't giving no problem. I gave her my phone and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, she was tripping off of that. And so I'm sitting there and things. It was the most boring 2 hours of my life. Sitting there, and I had no friends in that classroom. There was no friends at all. Like I had no friends and stuff. Because the thing was, I was skipping class with my best friend, and it was just me and him. Me and him would just go to the little corner store, buy us some snacks, some candy and stuff, so we could just show off in front of everybody. I was like, haha, we got recess. You got to eat the pizza with the the cardboard cheese and stuff. But anyways, so yeah, we were skipping classes and stuff, and then we got caught. He decided to go. I think it was either the week. I think it might have been either the weekend before or after, but definitely not the weekend I was supposed to be there and stuff. But I just remember it was on a different day. And so you couldn't fall asleep. You had to pretty much, if you had no work, you sat there. You sat there like this. Imagine sitting with no entertainment, no friends, with random people that you didn't even know existed until you seen them in that area, okay? You didn't know of them, all right? I didn't know of them. I didn't even see them in yearbooks. They just got there that day, okay? They're doing detention from California. There was too many kids doing detention out here, so they flew them out to Washington, told them to come to Thomas Jefferson High School, and said, you gotta go do detention there. So it was like, yeah, I was like, but yeah, just imagine sitting there with no friends, no nobody, in detention for 2 hours, sitting there, not doing a thing, okay? You ain't got no phone, the teacher is watching you at all times, you fall asleep, you be like this. She's like, wake up! And then you just like go and just, eyes just wide open, and then like the other kids laughing and stuff. And it's just like, all right, I don't even know what y'all laughing for. About 5 minutes, you're going to be doing the same thing. 5 minutes later, you see them, they head all sideways and stuff. But man, and then this is probably like the last thing I remembered of her and stuff. But there was this 1 week where it was so cold outside. It was like 20 degrees outside, all right? 20 degrees. It was the year we won the Super Bowl. It was the year when the Seahawks had won the Super Bowl, and I remember that there was this 1 week where it was so cold and stuff, and she was I'll never forget that week because I remember I went to the corner store to get me a Red Bull. My hand was like frozen, like my hand. It was like I would do like I couldn't write. Like I'd be all like, teacher, I can't grab my pencil. My hand is frozen. Like, look, it's frozen. I got to like twist it like that. I can't move it. But no, it was just really cold and stuff. And I remember when you had no choice but to wear a hat. And me, I didn't have like hair and stuff. So I was just rocking like the full just like cut head and stuff, like just a little buzz cut and things. And I had no hair. So it was like, if I had no hat on, I would honestly look like I had gray hair because of little icicles that would be like, appearing on my head and things. Like I was cold and stuff. And you think she cared? I have a hat on, right? There's this one teacher. Honestly, if I won the lotto, if I won like $10 billion, I would go back to that school, make sure to find him. And I was just like, okay, you know what? You're getting 10,000. Why? Because you are a G. He was walking through the hallways, right? And he see me wearing my hat because it was cold inside too. We were at outdoor school, but it was like the inside areas was cold too. So I'm sitting inside. he was just all like, he was like, you know, he was like that. There's teachers walking around and stuff. They see you wearing a hat. They might take it and things. So it's just like, just take your hat, put it in your backpack. I could have cried because of how respectful that teacher was. I'm like, I'm all like, that teacher, I didn't even have him as a, I wasn't even a student for his class, but I wish I was. I don't care what it was. It could have been the hardest class in that school. I just wanted to be a student in his class because I would have felt like it would have been an honor to be in that teacher's class. That teacher was a G. Okay, to be a teacher, okay, but then to also help out the students in that way, to tell them, to warn them about the danger that is going to happen to you. He was a G. So anyways, yeah, I took my hat off because I'm all like, all right, so I ain't trying to have my hat taken and things. I'll probably wear it when I'm outside, and if they try to chase me down, I'm like, it's going to look like a scene from Cops because I'm like, I ain't giving up this hat. So, because I did remember back in middle school, the teacher, she took my hat on a cold day, and I waited till she went to go use the bathroom, took that hat right out her drawer, put it in my backpack, wore it when I was outside. I'm like, now, if she would have seen me, you really think some 60, 70-year-old lady, I'm like, I shouldn't be talking like this, but I'm like, you really think a 60, 70-year-old lady is going to be chasing down an 11-year-old boy, okay? And it's just like he lives to run. He's still got that running stage in him and stuff, or just with kids doing things. Like, come on now. But anyways, yeah. So she was walking through the hallways, the detention lady, and I kid you not, she is probably the most rudest teacher. Okay, that had that ever walked through that school. She's walking down the hallways, right, snatching hats off of kids' head. Like, she's full blown. Where's the hat? Okay. I can't even. Okay. Imagine this sock, right? This sock. Imagine, I know you guys probably are like, why are you sitting on a sock right now? Like, listen, I'm sitting on clothes that I was washing and drying and stuff, so I was too lazy to fold them. So yeah, that's how that came about. But imagine this sock being, in a hat, right? She'll come up from behind you, snatch it. You could have had hair. You could have had anything. She just straight up snatch clean off your head. Like, really, lady? Did you pay for that hat? If you did not pay for that hat, you better put it right back down and on this table, for I'll run and do the most savage missile drop kick that you've ever seen before in your life. All right, lady? Don't give me back the hat right now. But anyways, yeah, I seen that, and I was just like, okay, I'm kind of glad that teacher was walking through the hallways, because if she had done that to me, I would have straight up gone, like, I would have made it. I had told one of my friends, like, whoever had the longest nails, I'm like, scratch my forehead, I'm like, get at a position where you could just scratch it, but scratch it, leave a cut, all right? And I'm gonna blame that teacher, I'm gonna blame that detention lady, and say she cut my head when she snatched my hat off and things. And so they were like, but sir, she ain't got no nails. Like, well, she used something. She got them little X-Men claw things. Like, she scratched me. I know she got that. She the only person that had their hand up on my head like that. So she scratched me, all right? But anyways, man, that teacher, I'm so glad I graduated, because I did not want to deal with her anymore for the rest of my life and things. Like, I remember I went back to visit some friends and teachers and stuff, and I seen her. I had nothing to say. I was wearing a hat too. I'm like, tell me to take my hat off, okay? I would say I graduated, run home, get my diploma, run back to you, all right? Hopefully you're still standing in that same spot, jump in the air and slam my diploma on the ground, and they'd be like, lady, what's that? Okay, what's that? I'm like, that's a diploma. I graduated, all right? So at this point, you don't tell me nothing. Then I ran. I'm like, she had chased me. I'm like, yep, go ahead. I'm living. I want to live for this moment. A teacher chasing me and things, But anyways, that teacher, I'm glad I graduated. And if you guys deal with teachers like that, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you gotta deal with somebody like that. But give it some time. You'll graduate, and you'll be pretty much given the same story I'm giving. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you are new. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and peace.